What's poppin', yo? PlaqueBoyMax has been MIA for quite a while, not musically because he dropped the song with Fred Again and Skepta that they had cooked up on stream. Well, Fred Again dropped it. But I wanted to talk about this clip that I've had saved for quite a while where he gets into this conversation with 2 Chainz, and I think it's 2 Chainz' son, where he explains to him why rappers flop at streams. Really, when you take a look at a lot of rappers that attempt to stream, they don't get many views. I would say I will talk about the rapper after I play this clip that I do think is doing well. So let me roll the clip first.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay, I'm listening.
I see how it's been going when the rappers or new people try to get in the streaming lane, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
About like
I just wake up, I do streaming now. I'm getting in your lane. I wanna record
about rappers streaming?
Yeah.
I think streaming good. I think everyone should stream. Like, I just feel like streaming is like the way it is now. It's really just a broadcast of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people watch streamers based off kind of like how interesting they life is and how much they relate to them. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time when artists come to stream, they don't do too well because it's hard to relate to a rapper. You get what I'm saying? Because they're
How am I sell millions of records? That's hard to relate to.
Imagine being an average person and you see someone come on, you feel me? They just mad fly, mad swaggy. They get hella money. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't live a regular life, so it's hard to like gravitate towards.
It's hard to
But like someone like, for example, DDG been streaming recently. He's doing really well. You know who DDG is?
Yeah. He got a son named Halo.
Yeah, he do.
That's
he
the
do.
first Halo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shout out Halo. But
Halo.
he doing really well because he did content before and he understand and you can relate to him. He not just coming on just like a rap. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's good. People should stream because I think it's just gonna grow the industry. You know what I'm saying?
It's enough room for everybody.
Of course, for sure.
Here it just shows you the disconnect with 2 Chainz and the audience. However, it also shows 2 Chainz' willingness to learn, and that's something that's a really good trait in him. I like 2 Chainz. I like the music. I like the persona. I've enjoyed 2 Chainz since 2012, the real true. I don't know if I listened to the mixtape, but the first album I certainly had found him through that. But with 2 Chainz and rappers as a whole, streaming is really just creating parasocial connections because you are talking with someone and you're sitting with someone and it's unscripted, but you're sitting with many of that someone. So it's one to many from your end as the streamer. But for that person, they're only watching you. So it's like it's just you and them. And there is a chat, but the content that's being had and the level of interaction, most streamers were just normal people or maybe abnormal. Maybe they were outcast a little bit, and that's what made the parasocial relationship stronger. And which rappers, it's more of an aspirational relationship than a parasocial relationship. So not many people can be stans of certain artists, but that's few and far between. I would argue that live streamers, have a higher ratio of stans than or parasocial relationships. That's pretty much what a stan is. Someone that feels like they know you and they're friends with you. They would have a higher proportion of that or ratio of that than rappers or musicians. Now, I don't know about a Taylor Swift proportionally, because I think she's a little bit different, but for most other artists and in particular rappers, streamers definitely have more stans, and the reason for that is because they feel like they're just like them, as opposed to rappers where it's like, oh, that's where I want to get to, or an NBA player, that's where I want to get to, that's like the destination, whereas the streamer, he's just like me, and then eventually the streamer gets rich and poppin', like in this case PlaqueBoyMax or Kai Cenat, but the people that were there in the beginning, some people leave because I wouldn't say they like to chase the feeling, but they enjoy the environment and watching somebody build it from the ground up. So they want to, some people, not abandon, but some people start to watch less when the person blows up, and then they'll start to watch a smaller streamer and support that. Or some people are like, yo, I've been watching this guy for so many years. Like, for instance, I used to watch the dude XQC years and years ago, like since 2017. I probably watched him for like a year and a half straight when he was getting it out the mud, and I was subscribed to him on Twitch. I still get billed every month for that. I didn't unsubscribe, and it's because I've been there for like 60, 70, 80, I don't even know how many months that is, but that's what some people do as well. And I don't really watch him anymore. I don't really watch streamers in general as a whole, but this is different from rappers because rappers think that they can just come on here and offer what is it that you're offering? And this all just goes back to fundamentals. If you think about the audience, you as a rapper, where is your audience? Number one, they're on Spotify, they're on Apple Music, they're on YouTube, and they're maybe on Instagram as well. If you're getting on a platform like Twitch, the majority of your fans are not even on there. Number one. YouTube, it's iffy. So the platform that your fans are consuming your product, the music, there isn't really much direct interaction. Whereas for streamers or content creators, the medium in which they are consuming their product or their content is the same one where they're going to stream, which gives them a higher likelihood of having a ton of viewers. And moving people cross-platform, especially in a short span of time, like, oh, I'm doing this thing right now, it doesn't really hit that crazy. So that's why certain rappers, when they would go on IG Lives, it would be booming. But when they get on Twitch, it's a different story. And then these people know you for music and lifestyle. When you streaming is for several hours. You can make a song entertaining, a music video entertaining, maybe even an interview. Well, when you're live streaming, you've got to keep up that entertainment. And what are you going to provide for the entertainment? Like, they don't want to just watch you. Now, they will perhaps watch you interact with a streamer that they like because that streamer knows how to bring content out of you. Like, for instance, Neon had recently done a stream with Lil TJ. Nobody's going to sit there and watch Lil TJ if it's not music related. Let's say Lil TJ likes playing video games. Nobody cares unless TJ is nasty at video games. That's one thing. But him as a personality, he doesn't have much of a draw. But that dude Neon, he streamed for so long. He's got a personality. It is polarizing. I'll give him that. And he knows how to pull content out of people in different types of personalities too. So with rappers, I would give a counter example, which is Ski Mask the Slump God. And even XXXTentacion. Like, he was streaming and dropping YouTube videos years ago. And I think he was that cool hybrid. And another example of that is Ski Mask, he plays Apex Legends, I think. I think he was pretty good at that game. So that's one thing. He's got an edge because he plays the game. He also is familiar with the culture of streaming as well as the audience. Like, he's probably a member of the audience of other stream chats just on the low. And he knows how to be entertaining. So he puts all of this stuff together, and now he does a lot of IRL live streaming on top of making music, but his content is not making music. Tory Lanez is an example of somebody that while he was doing quarantine radio, the guy's just multi-talented. He's very entertaining. But the majority, even before quarantine radio, of Tory Lanez's streaming content was him making the music. And he's elite at music making, so people watching that process, they're in awe of it. With a lot of these other rappers, like let's say a Tyga or hell, even a 2 Chainz, it's like, what are we really going to watch you do? You could turn it into like a parenting show where it's like, hey, 2 Chainz, this is his lifestyle as a parent, and this is how he deals with his kids, and these are the streams that he does, and maybe he's doing cooking streams with his kids and asking them who their favorite streamers are. Something of that sort. It's got to be different. It's got to be unique, and it's almost as if the only thing that your career as a rapper is bringing is the brand recognition. You still got to build it up. And I think there is still this old view of, yo, if I'm lit and I get on this thing, it's going to be booming. And that's not the case. Now, if you're at the top of the tippity top lit, like a Ye or a Bad Bunny or any number of a couple of other artists that are absolute superstars with crazy stan bases, then yeah, it may work for a little bit, but you're not going to sustain a streaming career like that. Like, for example, Travis Scott, he'll pop in here and there, but dude, we don't even want to hear Travis Scott do an interview, let alone the guy stream. What is he going to stream? He's just going to stare at something? And an example of somebody that's also good at it is Post Malone. Post Malone, like, he plays games. He's also a great personality. He's jovial, and he's entertaining. Now, I don't think he streams very often, but that's somebody that does this. But the streamers, and this is what you notice, the rappers, their numbers never even come close to rivaling the streamers because that's their home court advantage. The same way that a streamer is not going to rival the numbers or the quality of music that a rapper is going to bring. And DDG is different because DDG started off as a content creator and then went rapper and then is now a streamer. So he's already understood this game for a very, very long time, as opposed to a rapper who their craft is so far removed from streaming, because streaming is really just like vulnerability, showing who you are, like people making fun of you. A lot rappers can't really really handle that for the most part. They don't get the like whole joking back and forth. Really, it's just people joking at you because you can't even see them to roast them back. And rappers are used to everyone wanting to be like them and deriding, for lack of a better word. I don't want to use it. Yeah, like people just aspiring to be like them. Like, yo, I want to be just like you. Like, yo, your music changed me, this and that. When streamers, they're like, man, what was you doing today? Yo, why are you wearing that? That looks goofy. And they don't mean it in a harmful way, but it's kind of like this parasocial relationship where they're like, yo, I'm gonna crack some jokes on this dude in front of the chat because they also want status in the chat. And it's this new dynamic that they have to learn if they want to commit to. And it is a commitment. I think rappers think that it's something that they could just do on the side, and it's not. I would say it is the hardest and most straining career mentally speaking, within creating stuff. When I'm talking about like outside of like including music, videos, etc. Now, music is difficult with the touring aspect, but I'm talking about just the making aspect. Because as a stream, you've got to get in front of people. You can make music on your own, and if you're already good at it, right? Like, it's not that difficult of a process. It's probably quite enjoyable, and there isn't that much stress associated with it. Same thing with making videos, to a degree. Other than, like, potential outcomes of someone putting in tons of hours, dozens of hours into a video, and then it flops. But with streaming, there is the constant pressure to be performing in real time. So that's why I say it's the hardest and most stressful. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And any rappers that I may be missing or have not thought of that are good personalities or have good core fan bases as streamers, I'd like to check them out. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.